Welcome to today's edition of the Micro Market Show, where we talk about personal finance, investing, and building wealth. Have you ever wondered whether debt, where you take out a loan to bring forward your future expenses and achieve instant gratification, is good or bad? Well, it turns out that there are good debts and there are also bad debts. In this video, we will explore both types of debts and show you how you can identify the characteristics of a good debt. If that sounds good to you, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps with the search algorithm on YouTube and will ultimately help me grow my channel. As defined on investorpedia.com, good debt is a loan that has the potential to increase your net wealth. But that involves the purchase of depreciating assets, which lose value over time. Now, determining whether a debt is good or bad sometimes depends on your individual financial situation. Let me give you some examples of a good debt. Number one, student loan for TAFE, college or university. Student loan increases your skills and earning potential in the future. Although it does not directly increase your net wealth, better educated workers are more likely to be employed in good paying jobs and tend to have an easier time finding a new employment or business opportunities. It is not necessary for you to be highly educated to be successful financially, like what Bill Gates demonstrated when he dropped out of university. But on a statistical basis, there are more successful people who are highly educated compared to those who are not. Another reason a student debt is a good debt is that the interest rate is so low, and also it does not need to be paid off until you earn a certain level of income. This type of loan will never cause you to suffer financial hardship, and you never ever need to worry about not being able to make the minimum monthly repayment. A second example of a good debt is a loan that you take out to invest. If you take out a loan to invest, you are using the bank's money to help you make more money. This can include a loan to buy a home that you live in, because even though you do not receive ongoing weekly or monthly income from the property, you are likely to receive a lot of money when you eventually sell the property at a higher price many years later. To sweeten the deal a bit more, in Australia, your personal home doesn't need to incur taxes. Your personal home doesn't attract taxes when it is sold and you make a profit. So even if your home goes up by 2% more than your home loan interest rate and you put in 20% deposit, your rate of return is already more than 10% because the bank helps you with the other 8%. Imagine if you have 5 pieces of McDonald's burger, you give yourself 1 piece which costs you $2, and the bank gives you 4 pieces which each cost $2. Now you have $10 worth of burgers. When you take out a loan to invest, you need to make sure that the bank does not force you to pay down the loan if the asset that you buy goes down in value. Because if you have 5 pots of plants which grow money and hamburgers, and one of them gets stolen, and the bank wants you to return all the 4 pots of plants which they lent to you, you will have no plants left. With no plants left, you cannot grow any new hamburgers. You will need to start over from the little seeds and wait many months for the seeds to grow into plants. For this reason, I avoid taking out margin loans to invest in the share market, but I take out a home loan to invest in property. The third example of a good debt is a loan to start a business. Making money is one of the main reasons to start a small business. Think about it. Your employer has enough money to pay you as the employee and also pay themselves as the owner. If you are an employee, you're getting only half of the cake. The owner gets the other half because they take risks. They have ongoing monthly expenses, which they need to pay for. This is the case even if the business makes no money for that month. For me personally, taking a loan to start a business is bad. I will not start a business with a loan because I'm not sure that my business will make money. If it doesn't make money and I cannot pay the loan on time, it will become bigger and bigger the bank will charge me higher interest rates because I am late, and so on. So instead of having my investment grow in value exponentially, I will have my debt grow in value exponentially through the power of compounding. But different people have different risk profiles, and Investopedia lists this one as a good debt, so maybe it is a good debt after all. Okay, so those are some of the debts which are good. What debts are bad and need to be avoided at all costs? Number one, payday loans or cash advance loans, which are loans that are normally given to you within 24 hours. The interest rates on these loans are often between 30% and 50%, and this assumes you pay on time. The problem with these loans is that often the people taking that are those who do not know how to budget. They don't fully visualize what they need to do to pay back the debt on time, so they end up taking another payday loan to pay the previous payday loan, and they have more and more payday loans over time. Another type of payday loan is the payday business loan, also called unsecured business loan. This type of payday loan can be good or bad, depending on your circumstances, what type of business you run, and how well you can budget. Don't get me wrong, you can actually make good money with an unsecured business loan. You can save your face and pay your employees and suppliers on time, or you can take advantage of a unique business opportunity which you need to punch on within the next 24 hours. But you need to make sure you can pay back the loan on time, because if not, you'll end up taking another business payday loan to pay the previous business payday loan, and so on and so forth. The second example of a bad debt is credit cards. Credit cards are usually bad debts because their interest rates are usually between 10% to 20%, and they are addictive. Not only do they charge you high interest, they encourage you to spend more and buy unnecessary things, and that's more money down the toilet on top of the interest charges. They also only require you to pay a very small amount each month. You effectively only pay the interest component and maybe $1 or $2 of the principal each month. If you look at the first page of your credit card statement in Australia, you can see how many years it will take you to pay off your credit card if you follow the recommended payment schedule. You'll find that it can take anywhere from 20 to 100 years. So if you have a credit card, the first thing you need to do is to pay that off before you start putting money on any investments. However, credit card can be a good thing as long as you don't carry a balance from month to month, and it is usually still cheaper than an unsecured business loan. I made a video on credit card rewards programs, how you can earn up to $1,000 by just spending a few minutes or a few hours, including all the record keeping and purchase tracking and so on, and I will link that down below. Check that out, guys. To play with credit cards, you need to make sure you have really good money habits if you want to use your credit card to make money. But yes, credit card can be a good thing. The third example of a bad debt is Afterpay and personal loans. And personal loans to buy furniture or to go on a holiday. Afterpay is not necessarily bad because it is actually free, and the merchant pays for that as long as you pay on time. However, it encourages you to spend more. So like credit cards, more of your money goes out of your pocket and down the toilet, and you will have less remaining even though the cost of credit itself is nothing. Personal loan can be a good debt if you use that to consolidate your other debts, which attract higher interest rates. So you can combine your expensive credit cards and personal loans into one single large personal loan, as long as you don't end up using the credit cards again and get yourself further into debt. The fourth example of a bad debt is a car loan. Car loan in Australia is usually relatively cheap. It is typically between 5% and 10% interest rate. But like credit card, taking out a car loan encourages you to spend more on the car itself. Because why not buy a nice and shiny BMW when you can afford it? Remember, car is a depreciating asset. As soon as you drive that out of the dealership, it is already worth less than what you paid for that. I made another video recently on the 1/10 rule and the 24/10 rule when buying a car. If you want to find out more, definitely check it out through the link below. Okay, so let's recap. Good debts are: number 1, student loans; number 2, loans to invest; number 3, loans to start a business that you know will do well and have low interest rates. Bad debts are Number 1, payday loans. Number 2, credit cards. Number 3, Afterpay and personal loans. Number 4, car loans. What are the characteristics of a good debt? Firstly, it helps you earn income or increase your asset value. Secondly, it normally has low interest rates and low fees. Thirdly, ideally, a good debt has a small minimum repayment, but it allows you to pay the debt early if you have good money habits. And lastly, a good debt should have a high minimum repayments if you have bad money habits or if the interest rate is high. As you can see, the same debt can be good or bad depending on who you are and what kind of financial situation you're in. If you want to have access to more personal finance videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. My name is Mango Monkey. I post a lot of free videos on personal finance, investing and building wealth. I don't sell any courses. All I ask from you is to hit the like button and the subscribe button so that more people can see my videos and I make some money from the advertisements. Thank you for helping me out, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you on the next video. If you enjoyed this video, I bet you will also like this one that you can see on the left hand side on the screen. But wait, don't go there yet. The first thing you have to do is to hit subscribe and then you can go there.